Yay! Here we go. Hey, we're live on YouTube. What's up, everybody? I hope you guys had a great day. And I know you guys can see my little thing sitting over here. Yeah, I won that last year. So we're on a new year now. So we're finna get another one. Finna get a bigger one. That's not quite the same as a Super Bowl trophy. Of course, we did win the Super Bowl trophy here in Kansas City, but they won't let me bring it home. So this is what I get to bring home. If I don't knock it over and break it. So how you guys doing today? Before we get started today, I want to take the time to thank you guys that called into the radio show. And that were when we're talking about a property tax. Hey, Tawan, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to call into the radio show. That was really cool. I think we had like 4 or 5 people call in. But we didn't have anybody call in that's actually using the property tax package. But you know, that still can work out. So you're welcome for the email, Twan. I know you're struggling with what you're working with, and we've grown since we started this. So I sent you the update. Now I think you'll be able to take what I sent you in the court and get control of the situation. Stop playing. Well, you're not playing. Stop them from playing. That's what I mean. Anyway, brother, good luck, man. So this property tax situation, I offered the people on the radio show a sweet deal on the property tax package, and I want to make sure that you guys get into that deal too. I'm getting really close to hitting the goals I need to be accepted into the YouTube partnership program, where I would be able to host ads on my channel and make a ton of revenue from those ads. And when that happens, then I'm going to reduce the price of my lawsuit packages again, and I'm also going to hire some support. So what I'd like to do is hire people in the group in the Facebook page that can help folks with their paperwork and stuff. You know, that you can like get off of the page and be in a private conversation or whatever. So I have a bunch of options on that. I also have the new online course that I put together. But before I get done with the property tax, so what I've done is the city of Lawrence is attacking the Airbnb owners, and they're trying to shut them all down. And they don't realize, the city doesn't realize that their mistaken authority that they think they have stems from the fact that they have your deed in their property illegally. And the property tax package is really about getting control of the deed to your property and eliminating the property tax, all in the same thing. Now, if you have an Airbnb or you're doing something out of your house, they're saying it's commercial and you're not in the right zone, well, this package would be perfect for that as well. Because when you reclaim possession of your deed and your title, it won't be in their computer systems to pull up as an address for them to harass with their harassment. So that's the way he wrote that. So what I've done, some of the people in one of the Facebook pages here in Lawrence have been challenging me, whatever. And yeah, it's been a couple of days. Yeah, they kind of all sat down because, you know, I always tell people, don't just take my word for it. Take what I'm cutting. I'm cutting a lot of research time out of what I'm sharing with you, and then it's up to you to go figure it out. Go and check it out. I'm not asking anybody to believe me. Do your own homework, and when you do your homework, you'll find out that you've been lied to and swindled. You'll find out that you're consenting to paying property tax. So what I've done is I've offered my property tax lawsuit package, the one that was $850 that got marked down to $500, that got marked down to $300. I'm offering it for $100. for the rest of this weekend until Monday afternoon at 12 noon Central Time. Now, if you invest in this special deal, you're getting the package. Any questions you'll have, you can hit me up in the Facebook group or ask other people in the group. This package does not come with the phone support and stuff like I do when you invest in and pay regular price for a package. This is opportunity that I have people, I work with people all over the United States, all the way from California to New York, basically. And some of these people work in the industry. Some of the people work in the mortgage industry, and some of the people work in the court. Some people work in the title office. And all of the people are telling me that even during the shutdown, when everybody's supposed to stay home, the attorneys weren't staying home. Nobody had access to any of the stuff except the attorneys. The attorneys were going to work every day doing stuff. You know what they were doing? They're lining things up. So when the doors open up, they can start jumping on people. Yep. And the property tax, I mean, you think about it, this is kind of long-term thing. You don't have to worry about it right now, but sooner or later, you're gonna need to come up with that $2,300, $2,400 or whatever that you, and if you don't come up with it, then what? They're already there. And if you're already struggling and you're behind like most people are, those are the ones they're going to be targeting first. And what they're going to do is they're going to rush everybody at the same time. You're not going to have an opportunity to get in the court and defend yourself. And especially in the mortgage situation. In the mortgage situation, the foreclosure situation, in the foreclosure situation, what they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, the other attorneys, they're going to argue, dude, you had plenty of time to do stuff. The moratorium only stopped me from kicking your butt out on the street. It didn't stop me from going ahead with the process in court and getting myself where I need to be. They're going to open up the courts, and a lot of people are going to be facing that unlawful detainer. And when you're facing that unlawful detainer, if you don't have your program set up, when you go into eviction court, you are going to be struggling. Because the only way that I found out to stop eviction court is to have a title dispute. Eviction court cannot hear a title dispute. So my lawsuit package is set up to create that title dispute by filing your lawsuit in federal court. And then using that federal court lawsuit / title dispute to control all of that in the state court. I mean, I have a document in there. You can challenge state court jurisdiction. And I have a removal document, and the removal document is not something that you wait for actually, none of my stuff is anything that you wait for the judge to rule on, okay? When you file your motion to challenge the eviction court jurisdiction, that same day, you can take a file stamp copy of that document and you add that to the notice of removal, and you take it over and you file it in federal court. And you ask them in federal court to connect this with your title dispute, please. And they're going to say, what are you talking about? Well, eviction court can only hear immediate possession. Okay. That's why they tell you they don't want to hear nothing about what you owe, what they did, how they lied. They don't want to hear nothing about that because that's immediate possession. The other stuff that you're talking about is the title dispute when you're arguing the title. They don't want to hear that. They only want to talk about the immediate possession. And usually they have this fake release of deed or whatever that they use to show the judge that they have control or whatever. And the whole thing is so when you create your title dispute in federal court, then you can just challenge that court's jurisdiction and remove it on the same day before they even have a chance to answer to it. And there ain't a freaking thing they can do about it. And I got people in the group that have done that right now that are still in their house. And usually the state court gets a little bit grumpy. So after you get it filed in your case and you get that notice of removal file stamped, you get a file stamp copy of that. And you make an extra copy so that you can take back down to state court and have them file it in your case. And I would ask them to send your file over to federal court because they don't have jurisdiction anymore. and you remove the case right out of their court and over to federal court, which pretty much puts a stop on the eviction because the eviction court can't do anything if there's a title dispute. And if the title dispute is filed in a higher court, then the eviction court can't do anything because of the title dispute and it's filed in higher court. And then eviction court can't do anything because of the title dispute in a higher court, and title disputes against the attorneys who actually are trying to steal your property, unlawfully acting as a third-party debt collector. So, okay, you see where I'm going with this. There's a whole bunch of reasons in there why it ain't going to work out for him. Hey, Herb, good to see you here, man. You need to give me a call, man, so we can get rolling on some stuff. I've been trying not to bug you. I see you here, so I'm gonna holler at you as a coach. If you don't call me, I'm gonna make you run some laps. Okay, I'm kidding. But you need to call me, Herb, so we can get things rolling. The CDC eviction protection not covered under foreclosures. Yeah, no, and this is the thing for me. I don't worry about the protection, and I've been telling people you need to step up and get your stuff done right now, because if you wait till the doors open up, good evening, James Scally. If you wait till the doors open up, you're going to be in a bad position. Don't call me now, Herbs. I'm kind of busy. Call me later tonight or tomorrow. But later tonight, you can call me after the stream ends, maybe half an hour after the stream ends, and we can talk, or tomorrow even afternoon. I don't really get rolling too good till afternoon, and my brain gets turned on. So you can call me then. We need to get you set up, man, so we can get rolling, because I think I can see that you're going to be helping a lot of people. Okay, cool. I like that, because now I don't have to make you run. Hey, Tony George. Okay, Sunday afternoon's fine, buddy, because I'll just be here working. Got a new document that I'm working on. Actually, I got it together. I need to put the instructions together for it, and then figure out how we're going to market it. This new document that I'm working on is actually an acceptance of the contractual offer. So whenever they send you a contract, offer the contract, whether it be a complaint, notice of appearance, anything that's signed by the attorney on one side, we're going to put a line, your name underneath it, and sign it on the other side, because they're offering you a contract, and the contract it's not a contract unless you signed on it and your terms are in there. So you're going to sign it and then put your terms in there. Yeah. You know where and then you're going to send it back to them. This whole process that I'm working on now is the process that's done outside of court, and then you'll have them respond to the notary, so that if they fail to respond, the notary can give you the document that you need to drag them into arbitration, because that's part of the new agreement. So if the attorneys want to get in your face, then we're going to set it up to where you're going to turn whatever they send you into a contract, sign it, and then you're going to send it back to them with the additional papers that you need to show that not only are you accepting the contract, here's your terms in the contract, $100,000 for if you don't respond in the next 10 days, and or $500,000. Yeah, it's pretty cool. We're about to use it. That family member that I've been helping, she is the one that I've created these documents for, that I've set up because I want to make sure she don't have to go to court. And those are the documents that we use in the online course. So the documents in the online course are set up to pretty much, actually, even in the lawsuit package, they're set up. They don't want you in court because you know too much, and you're putting too much on the table. The judges don't want to have their name associated with any of that stuff that's going to help anybody kick the bank's butt, or actually the attorney's butts, because the bank don't have nothing to do with it. And that's the number one mistake that most people make when they're fighting foreclosure. They think it's the bank. They believe the attorney. The attorneys tell you it's the lender coming after you. But when you look at that last page and see who signed it, it's the attorney. So how can the lender be coming after you if the lender didn't sign any place? And when you call the lender and complain, the lender tells you, you need to call the attorneys and talk to them. And I've had people tell me the lender told them they don't have anything to do with it, which we already know. And if you have any understanding of the GAAP accounting principles, you would know that once they do the charge off, claiming on the taxes or claiming on the insurance, once they do that, and there's no place for them to, it's written off of their books, and there's no place for them to put any additional income. So any income generated from the illegal sales of what they're claiming is a third party debt that needs to go to a third party debt collector is fraud. And that's why they don't sign nothing, because they ain't trying to get mixed up in the middle of it. But the attorneys are the ones that are doing this to people. And that's why we add the attorneys to the lawsuit as the number one defendant, and the law firm as the second defendant. And when you get that right, you will be driver of the bus. And everybody that's in my program that's done this will figure that out. You'll go to file your stuff with the attorney's name in there, and the clerk will be like, oh no, we can't file this. This has the attorney as a defendant. And you whip out your attachment, because the only thing that we use from your other state lawsuit, the only thing that we use is, in a judicial foreclosure, you use a copy of the complaint or the petition, because you want to show who signed it. In a non-judicial foreclosure, you want to use a copy of the notice of default letter and a copy of the complaint or the petition or anything else that's signed by the attorney. You want to make sure you can show who signed it, because the person who signed it is the person that's suing you. Then we talked last week about the fake crap, because we need to just stop doing the fake crap. And the fake crap is believing that the lender is the one that's coming after you, when it's not the lender, it's the attorney. So you guys need to remember that. And that's the biggest thing. So you guys, I'm going to put a link in here to the eliminated property tax lawsuit package. And for people who just came on, I put that package, it's marked down to unbelievable. I know, I feel weird saying it. I marked it down to $100. The eliminate property tax lawsuit package is marked down to $100 until Monday at 12 noon Central Time. Then it's going to go back up to where it was. But I'm doing this to make a point. I want people to see that you have option. You don't just have to keep paying. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. So let me pull this up. So I had a couple of people jump in today and jump on that. So I'm waiting to hear back from them. And if you invest in this package, I'd like you to let me know what you think about it. I know the only one I can remember off the top of my head is Roger, and I don't see him here tonight yet. So if he don't show up for practice, he's gonna have to run. Okay, I haven't met Roger. He might be bigger than me. I might have to reconsider. I'm also going to leave a link to my online course, my paralegal school. If you ever decide you want to be a foreclosure defense paralegal, I have a school set up. It teaches you everything that you need to be doing, like what I'm doing, helping people, and provides you with the documents and stuff that you need. And once you sign up for the school, you'll have, like, I don't know, lifetime, whatever, you'll have access to the curriculum anytime you need to. So, and that's the idea. The idea is to have it set up to where everything you need is in one place. And then you go and take the things out of there to defend whatever it is you're working on. And then that stuff goes home does whatever in a different file. But the online course is also designed for investors who own properties. You know, after this pandemic going on, people are going to be struggling, and you know, you really can't go after somebody that's that don't have a job. So you're going to need to figure out how to protect your property yourself. And that was the goal behind the online course. The online course is a little more expensive than it's half price right now for $1,200, and it's it's the premium, and it has the documents in it too so it's going to keep you out of court. And I got people using it right now that are not in court. And Shamel Maxwell, she's a young lady from the Facebook page, and she used that jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit to stop the sale of her dad's house, and vacated the default judgment against him, and then she filed her lawsuit in federal court. And so yeah, they got a little problem. They got a little problem over there. So I posted a link to the property tax lawsuit package in here, and a link to my school. Before I finish up, I want to make sure that I tell you guys to hit that button and subscribe. I think I need I have 991 subscribers. Yay! And I need 1,000. So I'm almost there on that. And I need 4,000 hours of watch time. And I have 24. So I'm almost at 3,000 hours. So these live streams have been really helpful in getting the watch time hours, because they allow me to talk about different things and then talk to people too. So that takes up time. And then I'm actually talking about things people want to hear about, so people can join in the conversation. And so that adds to quite a bit of watch time when I'm done with it. A lot of times I'll have 12 or 10 hours of watch time when I'm done with the stream, when I go hour to hour and a half, just from people moving and reviewing it and looking at it and stuff. So that's pretty cool. I want to thank you guys for that, because that is helping me get in position to be able to monetize my site. And then I'll have income generated from monetizing my site that I can use to do some cool things with. And I won't have to charge people an arm and a leg to help them save their house, because I figured out, well, I didn't think about this when I was doing this, because I started doing this because of what I went through. And that's reflected in the last video that I made yesterday. But at some point it became quite obvious, when you're trying to pay all these websites to make you look professional and do all this stuff, it becomes quite obvious that people in foreclosure don't have a whole bunch of money to be giving anybody anyway. So this is working out pretty well. I figured out a way to monetize my site, and then I can make the money that I generate from that, I can use to run the business the way I like to see it run. And one of the things that I want to do is I want to make sure that nobody's turned away that's willing to stand up and fight. That's what I want. That's what I want to make. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do that some kind of way. If you're ready to stand up and fight, I want to make sure that you don't get turned away because of resources or because of mainly the resources. I can't help you with if you don't have a computer or any of that stuff. I can't help you with that. Someone's calling me now. I'm going to call them back. So, but that's good though. Someone's calling me, but they gotta wait till they're not watching the show. So I'll call them back in a little while. So I want to make sure you guys know that you have an opportunity to get that package for $100 today and tomorrow. So if you're interested, you can do that. So one of the things that you guys that are fighting now, the people who don't sit around and wait, one of the advantages that you're going to have is you're going to slow all of their crap down. Yep. When you file against the attorney and you start doing all this stuff, and the attorney's going to have to answer you and wait 14 more days, then they're going to want to be getting you out of their way, because you're holding up the wheel. And that's kind of one of the strategies in the first place, because you're going to be costing them money, time and money. And the way they're going to be trying to do things, they're going to be trying to bum rush everybody over the edge of the cliff and getting you in eviction court before you have a chance to defend yourself. Because a lot of people are just sitting back saying, hey, it's cool. I don't have to worry about it. Well, you do. And I can tell you right now, the attorneys are not sitting back saying it's cool. We're not going to worry about it. And what's going to happen is when the gate opens up, all these people are going to get pushed to the edge of the, and then you're not going to have the time to respond. They're going to say your time to respond was used up in the moratorium, and you sat on your butt and didn't do anything. Sorry, I'm just throwing it out there because I see how I see it happen. I had a guy that I was working with one time. He told me that we were messaging each other back and forth, and he wasn't listening to me and was telling me that he was going to say what I wanted him to do, the nuclear bomb, and do it later. But right now, he's going to keep doing what he's doing because he has him in the corner and blah, blah, blah. And I tried to tell him, no, man, you need to do this and you need to. And I got a little firm with him. I'm the coach. So I need him to have it on record. I'm doing my job. And he told me I needed to relax. And I told him, I said, dude, you don't understand. I know where you're headed. If you don't have this under control when you get to eviction court, you're going to be in trouble. And when you show my stuff and you stick it in their face and you don't follow through with the steps and you give them a chance to get a jump on you, it's a problem. They're not going to give you the 14 days or the 10 days. They're going to tell you you need to be out tomorrow. They know they can do anything they want to because 90% of the time, you can't hire an attorney. If you do hire an attorney, 95% of the time, attorney's going to throw you under the bus. Anyway, so the dude ended up getting evicted. And now he's trying to correct that. And I felt bad. And I just told him, dude, this is why you felt I was yelling at you. Because I can see where you're headed. You don't understand. But anyway, it's really important if you get in the program to follow the steps and make sure you're doing them in a timely manner. That's very, very important. If you do that, you will back them in the corner. So, you guys have any questions? Well, I am going to get off of here and let you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. And I will see you guys on here next week. I'll probably be on Tuesday or Wednesday. Well, Wednesday's the show. So, and I love, let me put the number to the show down here. I'd love you guys to call into the show sometime. Yeah, especially if you invest in the package. I'd love you to call into the show. And after you read it and whatever, let them. So it's not fair to make me wait until you win to get a review. Oh, I like people to read to review the information and make sure that you feel like the documents have value. And that's what I want you to review me on. And also let people know that you'll do a follow up later and keep people up to date. And that's what I want. I want people to keep us up to date on how things are going so other people can see that my stuff is real and I don't play. So the number to the radio show is 609 585 0400. Oops, that didn't go in there. Let's do that over. 609 585 0400. And it is HamiltonRadio.net. Okay, guys, good night. I'll see you guys on the next stream. It's time for a glass of wine. I mean, it's time to. Oh, someone just take Tony Joyce. Is the notice regarding the petition for removal a separate document? So what I'm talking about, Tony George, is a notice of removal. That's the name of it. It's a notice of removal, and it is a document in the lawsuit package for the non-judicial. I think it's in the judicial package too, but I know it's in the non-judicial package. That's why I created it in the first place. But I think I put it in the judicial package too because sometimes people in judicial foreclosures are facing eviction, and you can use the documents the same way in the judicial. So if you're talking about the notice of removal, that's what I'm talking about. That's in the document. It's called the notice of removal. And it's really important when you're referring to a document to refer to it by the title of the document using the whole title, because I have a jurisdictional challenge with an affidavit. I have a jurisdiction challenge. I have a jurisdiction challenge of subject matter jurisdiction. So you see why that becomes important. Each of those documents address a different situation, and you need to make sure that you have the right document in a situation that. So if you ask me and I don't understand, I'm going to tell you, you're going to have to read me the title, the whole entire title, and I'll know if you're chopping it up or not. And then I'm going to make you run. I'm making somebody's ass run today. Okay, never mind. Good night, guys. You guys have a nice evening, and I'll see you on the next stream. Shut her down.